How's it going, my peeps? It is now time for the Raw results slash review. I just watched Raw, the show ended, so it's time to give you guys the results and my thoughts on the show. So the show starts off with CM Punk coming out, and actually came out to a positive reaction from the crowd, a big pop, for CM Punk, despite him being a heel, or a tweener, or, close to a heel. So anyways, he comes out, Big Show comes out, they have a match. The match was mostly dominated by the Big Show until the end, where CM Punk started to get some advantage. But at some point, Big Show hits a spear, and once he hits that spear, they're both down, and Daniel Bryan's music hits. He comes out, starts yelling, "No, no, no," and then goes on the announcer's table and starts complaining that, he wants to be in the WWE Championship match at Summerslam to Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole. And meanwhile, the match, still goes on. Big Show hits a side slam on CM Punk. And CM Punk slowly gets the advantage again. He hits a springboard clothesline on the Big Show. So then Daniel Bryan gets in the ring and starts attacking CM Punk. And then he locks on the no-lock onto CM Punk. And Big Show also elbow jabs CM Punk. So they start double teaming CM Punk, but very shortly, because John Cena comes out and he saves CM Punk, which, seems like CM Punk is pissed about that. He looks mad because John Cena yet again steals a spotlight from him. Then AJ comes out and makes tonight's match, and it's a tag team match between Daniel Bryan, the Big Show, teaming up to face John Cena and CM Punk in the main event for tonight's show. And then backstage, you see JTG complaining to Kaitlyn that, he's not on Raw, that it's 3 hours now, but yet, even with that extra hour, he's not on the show. So AJ, he actually says, it's crazy that he's not on the show, while AJ, casually, walks close to him. So she hears crazy and, gets to JTG and tells him, what did you say? JTG, he doesn't want to say that word to her, so she books him in the match. She says, you want to be in the match so bad? Okay, I'll put you in a match. Go out to the ring right now, and you'll see your opponent. So JTG comes out, and then Ryback comes out to this new theme song that actually has lyrics. There's actually, some of Ryback's sayings in the theme song. He actually says, "Feed me more" in that song. So anyways, I don't know how I feel about the song, but quick little match, typical Ryback squash match, but the crowd was so behind Ryback. Ryback was so over. I was surprised. I mean, they were still chanting Goldberg, but they were chanting "Feed me more." They were chanting "Finish it." They were really behind Ryback, so Ryback is super over, so he got over pretty quickly. Anyways, yeah, Ryback wins the match, and that's it for that. Then you have a segment with Shawn Michaels and Roddy Piper. HBK is worried, he's distracted about Lesnar. Lesnar said that he'd see Shawn Michaels before SummerSlam, so, he's prepared, or, worried about an attack from Lesnar, and Piper also says he'd be worried if he had to face Lesnar. And HBK gets on the phone with Triple H. Triple H is going to be late because he's still on the plane or something like that. And like I said, HBK is worried because of, Lesnar. And then you've got Heath Slater in the ring. And he says things are going to change right now. He's going to start winning. And then R-Truth comes out. They have a quick little match, which R-Truth wins with his finisher, the Little Jimmy. And afterwards, the Primetime Players come out and attack R-Truth, obviously without AW. I know I didn't post this on my channel, but just in case you don't know, AW Abraham Washington got released over his comments on Raw a couple weeks back, which sucks, I was a fan of AW. Okay, it really sucks that he's released, but whatever. So yeah, Primetime Players attack, R-Truth. Kofi Kingston does not come out to save R-Truth, I don't know why. And on commentary, they announced that Kofi Kingston and R-Truth are going to defend the titles against the Primetime Players at SummerSlam. And then they talked about the Del Rio Sheamus match that, Booker T canceled. And then they showed a tout from Del Rio saying that he's going to be talking to Booker T on SmackDown and that he can't cancel the match because he has a contract or something like that. So we're going to find out on SmackDown if the match is going to end up happening or not. And then you have a match between Sin Cara and Tensai. And Sin Cara wins actually in a pretty quick matchup with a Tornado DDT. And after the match, Tensai gets mad, so once again he attacks his manager Sakamoto and hits his finisher on him, followed by the Senton. Or is the senton his finisher now? I'm not too sure. I don't know. I don't like Tensai. Anyways, then you have Piper Spit, and the fans actually had the choice between having Y2J as the guest, Dolph Ziggler, or The Miz, and the fans picked Y2J. The second choice, the second most picked was Dolph Ziggler, and afterwards it was The Miz. Dolph Ziggler comes out. Him and Piper kind of talk about WrestleMania 25. Piper says the last time he saw him, he got punched by Mickey Rourke, and Jericho says the last time he saw him, he punched Piper and beat him in a 3-on-1 handicap match at WrestleMania 25. They talk a bit. Piper says, the fans are cheering him now. Then Dolph Ziggler comes out, keeps saying that, I guess, Jericho isn't like, before, or he can't win the big one anymore, blah, blah, blah. Then The Miz comes out and also, I guess, picks on Jericho and says he can't win the big one. The Miz won the IC title. He won the, the main event at WrestleMania 27, and Dolph Ziggler won the Money in the Bank, but Jericho can't win anything. And then Jericho takes both guys out after they attack him. First, he takes them both out of the ring. And then a commercial break, and after the commercial break, we have a 3-way match between The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Chris Jericho. And this was a great match. Seriously, a great match on Raw. I think, one of the better matches on Raw for a long time. In the end, you have Jericho. He puts the walls of Jericho on The Miz, and The Miz is about to tap out, but Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag on Jericho while he's got the walls of Jericho, goes for the pinfall, and Dolph Ziggler wins the 3-way match. And then afterwards, you have a backstage segment with CM Punk stretching, and Eve comes up to him, says she likes the new CM Punk or something like that, or congratulations on the new CM Punk, and that he's changed, but CM Punk says he's not changed. And then you see more of HBK backstage. He's walking backstage. He's so worried about, Brock Lesnar. He goes to this table where there's, a bunch of bottles of water. And then, this hand touches him from behind. So, he turns around right away thinking it's Brock Lesnar. But it's John Cena. And he freaks out, HBK freaks out, thinking it's Brock Lesnar. John Cena says, "What's wrong?" HBK says he's just distracted, and then he leaves. And then CM Punk appears behind John Cena, and John Cena questions him and says, he wonders if CM Punk is going to stab him in the back tonight. CM Punk says he's not going to stab him in the back. And then you've got your Divas match, Layla and Kaitlyn versus Eve and Beth Phoenix. And actually, Kaitlyn gets the victory for her team by rolling up Beth Phoenix for the victory. And then you've got another, Triple H and Brock Lesnar video package. They show so many of these, man. Like, too much. Anyways, afterwards, you've got John Cena teaming up with CM Punk versus Big Show and Daniel Bryan. And in the matchup, Daniel Bryan refuses to tag in the Big Show. Well, actually, he tagged him in maybe once, maybe twice. But for the most part, he was refusing to tag in the Big Show, yelling, "No, no, no." Eventually, the Big Show just, got off the apron and left Daniel Bryan to have the match on his own. And in the matchup, CM Punk copied a bit of John Cena's moves. He hit actually the spin-out powerbomb and then the 5-knuckle shuffle. And John Cena did the same by doing CM Punk's running bulldog in the corner. And then CM Punk just got off the apron and left John Cena there on his own. I guess because John Cena copied his moveset. And then John Cena hits the AA on Daniel Bryan for the victory. And then right after the match, Big Show goes in the ring, but CM Punk hits him with the championship. And then Cena is a bit worried about CM Punk maybe trying to hit him with the championship, but CM Punk does not. CM Punk then extends his hand to John Cena to shake it, but John Cena does not. So CM Punk just leaves the ring. And then backstage, you have Josh Matthews asking CM Punk about what just happened. CM Punk says John Cena showed him the ultimate sign of disrespect by not shaking his hand, and that at SummerSlam he's gonna show everybody what respect is all about. And then you've got Damien Sandow versus Christian, and I enjoy both these guys. I like both these guys, fan of both, wrestlers, but like Damien Sandow beat Christian so easily, and I'm a big Christian fan, and the fact that he got beat so easily in this match. He's a former world champion. For him to get beat this quickly and easily, it's just, it's kind of disappointing, Damien Sandow beat him 2 minutes or so. You actually had Bruce Clay coming out during the matchup, distracting Damien Sandow, but despite that, Christian rolled Damien Sandow up in the distraction, but Damien Sandow kicked out and hit his finish on Christian as if, basically did not come out to distract him. So yeah, Damien Sandow wins. I'm not, disappointed that Damien Sandow wins. I'm just disappointed at how quickly and easily he beat a former world champion in Christian. But anyways, after that, Shawn Michaels finally runs into Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar does not attack him. He just stares him down and smiles. HBK then leaves. And then you got the contract signing. They wait for Triple H because apparently he's not there yet. Paul Heyman says, Lesnar's going to beat Triple H. And that while, Shawn Michaels does not agree with them, if he's got any guts, so he challenges him to come out here and, tell it to Brock Lesnar's face to tell him that he thinks Triple H is going to beat him. So Shawn Michaels comes out, he grabs the microphone, but before he says anything, Triple H comes out, he signs the contract, and then Brock Lesnar signs the contract and throws it at Triple H and then gets out of the ring. And that's it for that segment. Now keep in mind, there's still 50 minutes left until the end of the show, and that's not even counting the time they usually use to actually surpass, 11 p.m. because Raw usually actually lasts a couple of minutes after 11 p.m. Sometimes it ends at like 11:20 p.m. So after that, we have a commercial break, and then they show some tout stuff and stuff like that, and they show, they talk about Del Rio and Sheamus and how we're gonna find out what's gonna happen with the match, on SmackDown. And then you see backstage HBK and Triple H. They talk about the match a bit more. HBK says, he's going to be in his corner, but Triple H, and only Triple H, will be the one to, face Lesnar and beat him if he can. And then HBK leaves. And after he leaves, you have an interview, close to the parking lot with Big Show and Matt Striker. They talk about, CM Punk laying him out and blah, blah, blah. And then you hear, a car, some commotion in the parking lot. So Matt Striker, ditches Big Show and goes to check that out. And you see Shawn Michaels in this car and, he tries to leave the parking lot, but Heyman's blocking him with his car. And then you've got Lesnar. He comes out and he grabs Triple H, from the car. With the door, still closed, but the windows were open. So he grabs Shawn Michaels and says, "I told you I was gonna get you." And then, he backs, too close to the camera, I guess, so the camera closes off or something like that. So we can't see what's happening, but we hear, Brock Lesnar attacking Triple H and throwing him at the car or something like that. And the funniest thing about this segment was not Brock Lesnar, beating up Shawn Michaels or anything. The funniest thing about it is the car freaking Shawn Michaels was driving. Shawn Michaels drives a much nicer car, it was driving like this, the piece of crap car in this segment. Just doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So yeah, he beats up Shawn Michaels. After commercial break, you see the car, Shawn Michaels' supposed car is damaged. Well, the freaking, the windshield or whatever has, cracks on it, so Brock Lesnar threw him at it, on top of that, sorry. And then, everybody's, close to the car, the Usos, Michael McGillicuddy, all the jobbers and stuff. They're shocked at what just happened, and they don't know where Shawn Michaels is at. And AJ's there too. Triple H comes over and says, "What happened?" And AJ tells him, what happened to Shawn Michaels. He asks where Shawn Michaels is. She says she doesn't know. Brock Lesnar just took him with him. And then you see Brock Lesnar, in the arena. He's dragging Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is on his shoulders. And he, puts him in the ring and then hits an F5 on him. And puts him in the Kimura lock, the same lock he put Triple H in when he broke his arm. Then Triple H comes out for the save, but Heyman stops him and tells him if he takes one more step, Brock Lesnar's going to break Shawn Michaels' arm. So Triple H hesitates, he stays there, but he wants to save Shawn Michaels. So he decides to stay there at the end and not move. So Brock Lesnar does not break Triple H's arm, but Brock Lesnar breaks HBK's arm anyways. So then Triple H rushes towards the ring. Brock Lesnar gets out. Shawn Michaels, is selling the injury, screaming or whatever that, he broke his arm. And that's it. That's it for the show. So my rating for the show, I'm not gonna give it a rating, but I'll tell you, it was an okay show. Problem with it was there was way too many recaps. just like the 1001 episode, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the 1001 episode, the one after the 1000 episode. There was way too many recaps then, and then a week after, it wasn't that bad. There was, less recaps. But now they're back to so many recaps once again. And, yeah, so, okay show, like I said. Anyways, the roulette will be posted up tomorrow. I recorded the roulette, today, and I'll post that up tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. With that said, I'm out. See ya.